Hello, I'm the Guitar Geek, and this is the LP612 from Dimavery. The first thing you should notice about this guitar is it has double the amount of strings that it normally has on a guitar. It's a 12 string, it's electric, it's a semi-hollow body, and it's quite a stunning looking guitar. And it also has a flamed maple orange top. It looks pretty stunning, if that's the sort of look that you like. LP obviously stands for single cut Les Paul. The shape is fairly reminiscent of the Les Paul, and this is quite similar to the LP600, which is the 6-string sort of version of this. It has a center block of wood down here, which is mahogany, as is the whole body. And we've got 2 F-holes here, so we've got 2 hollow sections. Construction-wise, we've got a mahogany body with a flamed maple top, probably a veneer. It's not stated anywhere in the specifications, but I'm guessing that that is a veneer. I can't tell without ripping it apart, and I don't want to do that. The joint on this neck is gorgeous. Look at that. It's sort of tapered in, so it's not a hard heel. You can really get some high fret access, which honestly is kind of weird for a 12 string, because I wouldn't really be expecting to rock out up at those higher frets on a 12 string. Maybe I'm wrong there. We've got a 2-piece body, 3-piece body, 1, 2, 3. We have got, yes, a 2-piece neck. So we've got a scarf joint just here, meaning that the wood is sitting on top of each other. Don't know your opinion on that one, but some people say that scarf joints are stronger. Some people say that they have less tone. Who knows? We'll never know. This guitar only comes with a scarf joint, apparently. The headstock is not offensive in any way. Aside from this, I'm talking about the actual shape of the headstock. It lends itself well to the body shape, I believe, and even the Dimavery logo doesn't look out of place. I think, generally, it's a stunning guitar. One thing I haven't mentioned yet is that fingerboard inlay. Look at that. That is some work that's gone into that fingerboard. And it's definitely inlaid. It's not a sticker. You can see that it's kind of translucent, and you can see down into where they've, I don't know if that's like they've put something in there and then poured something on top. But I don't know if I can get that on the camera, but it looks close up really cool. I should also mention it's an ebony fingerboard, which on this price point of guitar is quite unheard of. I'm a big fan of ebony. There's not a lot of it on the fingerboard because this massive inlay is taking out loads of it. So I wonder what they did with the shavings. Maybe turned it into ebonol. I'm going to tune it up now, and it should take me twice as long, maybe longer, but for you, luckily, it's going to be sped up to 1,000,000 times speed. That was quite an experience. I got totally lost there tuning that thing, and not the guitar's fault. I'm not used to playing 12 strings, so this is quite exciting for me to have something new. It felt like I'd got in a car and everyone had moved the sort of the steering wheel was with your feet and the pedals were with your hands. I'm not used to this. What I will say is that it clicked a little bit when tuning. I don't like the strings. The strings feel very cheap, very, very cheap. But after giving it one, that's acoustic and it's really nice. There's a beautiful sound to that unplugged. Yeah, so that's unplugged. That's quite a nice sounding guitar. The strings do need a bit of work, so I'm expecting them to go out of tune a lot. I almost don't want to hear it through the amp. That sounds really nice, and it vibrates lovely. There's a real sort of resonance to this. But I must plug it in. It sounds a bit out of tune, and I'm not used to hearing a 12-string sound. The intonation is off, for sure. It looks okay, that's roughly where it should be, but it is definitely off. The nut is cut very, very well. That is one of the best cut nuts. The top strings could be better. But down here, that's a beautifully cut nut. Well done, Dimavery. I'm having trouble playing the 12 string because I don't play 12 string, and it feels like I'm not doing the guitar justice because my fingers, my third finger, won't come away from that top string. So a D chord is quite difficult. It definitely needs a setup. This came straight out of the box, straight from Dimavery, and I think after a setup it would be considerably improved. And by setup I mean lowering that bridge, which is already pretty low. I'm not sure if it goes any lower. And then changing the strings for sure, and then lowering the pickups a little bit, otherwise they're going to be touching the strings. Having real problems holding these strings down. Mamma mia. It feels good. It feels like the pickups are almost a bit too hot. I feel at home in that middle position. But if you're going to be buying this or playing a 12 string, then be prepared to get some finger pain straight away. Wowee, sissy fingers. If you're a 12 string player and there's something that I'm doing that is wrong as a 6 string player and you're shouting at the screen, please leave me a comment down below what I should be doing to get these notes to ring out a little clearer. However, if you're also a 6 string player or a beginner or something and you've never played a 12 string, then maybe you're watching me fail several times and thinking that that's how you fail properly and you can learn from it. I don't know. I'm just here to provide a service. I'm trying to figure out the thinking and the pricing. If it were more expensive, sort of 400 rather than 300, I think they'd be pricing themselves out of people buying it. Because it's behaving like a 300, maybe 200 and 250 euro 6 string that's had 6 more strings added to it. I really applaud this inlay, but I think rather than spending the money on that, they could have spent more money on the rest of the guitar. The tuners are okay, they're not fantastic, but they do hold it in tune. The problem is the setup and the action is causing it to go out of tune for the intonation. For me, the middle position where the pickups are in parallel is where the guitar is really excelling, because that's a little too harsh and that's a little bit too muddy. But in the middle, I think we're getting a good tone. If you're looking for a 12-string electric at under 300 euros, this one does it, but you'll need to spend some more money in order to get it set up and playing properly. If you have massive hands, then I think this is not the guitar for you. I think that there are other guitars more expensive than 300 euros that do have a wider fretboard. From memory, there's a Dan Electro that does have a wider fretboard. There's an Epiphone as well, which I think is the same as this. Cheaper than this, there's a Harley Benton 12-string. I've not played that. Could be as good as this, could be worse, could be better. I don't know. What do you think? Overall, to summarize this guitar, I'm left feeling disappointed because they've spent money and time on this inlay, but not on the setup and not on the guitar itself. It feels not great. I'm sad. That's kind of as honest as I can be. I'm not expecting much for 300 euros, but this guitar's not for me. Maybe it is for you. Okay, this is the LP612 from Dimavery, roughly 300 euros. There'll be some details in the video down below how you can get more information and where you can buy it. I'm the Guitar Geek. Thank you so much for watching. Join me in another video sometime. Hope to see you soon. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you like this, and bye.